Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, to whom we are respected, Miss Yuna, as the lecturer of the critical reading course. So, in this moment, let us present our task about inferences. So, first of all, let me introduce our group. We are from group 5, which consists of Zakiya Mumtaza, Faatihah Qurrotul Aini, Renindi Putri Syafwa, Deni Roulina Sagala, and Zuhro Rabieva. So, without any further ado, first, what are inferences based on clues? Inferences based on clues refer to the process of drawing conclusions or making deductions by examining the available evidence or clues. It involves using logical reasoning and critical thinking to make educated quizzes or predictions about a situation or problem. When we confronted with a situation where not all information is explicitly provided, inferences allow us to fill in the gaps and make sense of the available clues. This process is common in various contexts, including reading comprehension, problem solving, decision making, and detective work. It is important to note that inferences are not always definitive or certain, as they rely on the information available and the reasoning process implied. Different individuals may draw different inferences based on the same clues, and sometimes further investigation or additional information is needed to confirm or revise these inferences. Overall, making inferences based on clues is a cognitive process that helps us make sense of incomplete information, allowing us to make educated quizzes and draw reasonable conclusions. It is a valuable skill in various aspects of life, including problem solving, decision making, and understand written or spoken communication. So now, how to make inferences based on a clue? To make inferences based on clues, you can follow these steps. First one, we have to identify the available clues. Read the given clues carefully and make sure you understand them fully. Pay attention to keywords, facts, or important details in the clues. In addition, recognize the relationship between the clues and known information. Review any prior knowledge or relevant context you have. Consider how the clues might relate to the information you already know. The third one, we have to use logical reasoning. Employ logical and reasoning to connect the clues with the existing information. Identify possible cause and effect relationships, contradictions, associations, or implications that you can draw from the clues. And then, make reasonable inferences based on your analysis. Make reasonable inferences based on the clues and the knowledge you possess. Ensure that the inferences you make are supported by the given clues and do not deviate from the existing information. The last one, Verify your inferences. Evaluate the inferences you have made to ensure they make sense and are consistent with the clues and available information. If possible, use additional information to test or validate those inferences. Just for a reminder, always remember that conclusions are estimates or inferences based on available information and may not be completely accurate. Therefore, it is important to exercise caution and recognize the level of uncertainty associated with such conclusions. So, we have example of inferences based on a clue. Yep, inferences are conclusions that are drawn based on evidence or clues. There are several types of inference, including the first one we have deductive inference. A deductive inference is a conclusions drawn based on a set of premises or facts that are known to be true. In this type of inference, the conclusions is guaranteed to be true if the premises are true. For example, all mammals have fur. A cat is a mammal. Therefore, a cat has fur. The second example of deductive inference, all cars have 4 wheels. The Honda Civic is a car. Therefore, the Honda Civic has 4 wheels. The second one, we have inductive inference. An inductive inference is a conclusion drawn based on a pattern observed in a set of data. In this type of inference, the conclusion is likely to be true, but not necessarily guaranteed. For example, every crow I have seen is black. Therefore, all crows are black. The second example, every time I study for a test, I got a good grade. Therefore, I conclude that studying leads to good grades. The third one, we have abductive inference. An abductive inference is a conclusion drawn based on the best possible explanation for a set of observations or data. In this type of inference, the conclusion is not necessarily true, but it is the best possible explanation given the available evidence. For example, you wake up to find that your lawn is wet and there are puddles on the driveway. Based on this observation, you might infer that it rained during the night. The second example, you receive an email from a friend saying that they won't be able to make it to dinner tonight. You also notice that they didn't show up to work today. Based on this information, you might infer that your friend is sick. The last one, we have analogical inference. An analogical inference is a conclusion drawn based on a comparison between two similar things or situations. In this type of inference, the conclusion is likely to be true if the two things or situations are similar in relevant ways. For example, dogs and wolves are similar in many ways. Dogs are loyal and friendly. Therefore, wolves are likely to be loyal and friendly as well. The second example, the human brain is like a computer. Just as a computer processes and stores information, the human brain processes and stores information. So that's all our presentations. Thank you very much for your attention. I do apologize if we made a mistake on these sessions. Hope you guys can enjoy this material well. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.